We're back with perhaps the biggest question this Hamas attack on Israel has raised. Why didn't Israel see it coming, especially given its scale? Andrea Mitchell now with that part of the story.
Clearly promoting what they see as a victory, Hamas produced and edited a publicity video. It says shows their fighters training to use paragliders to attack Israel. How could the celebrated Israeli intelligence services and military be caught completely off guard? Many tonight calling it a monumental intelligence failure. How did Israel's vaunted intelligence network and military and the U.S. not see this coming?
There were a lot of failures that led up to this. Clearly, the Israelis didn't have the either human or technical sources that gave them insight into this. This clearly was a failure of epic proportions.
Now, questions about whether Israel has been distracted by year-long protests dividing the country over the prime minister's controversial plan to overhaul their Supreme Court, even prompting many Army reservists to refuse to show up for duty. Some reporting Iran helped plan the attack, but U.S. and Israeli officials tell NBC News it's unclear what role Iran played.
I want to say that we're examining the exact Iranian role in this. We are not 100% sure about their operational role in this and whether or not they were involved in the operational planning execution of this attack on Israel. It wouldn't surprise me if we discovered that there was a concrete Iranian role behind the scenes.
Now, new concerns that Iranian-backed Hezbollah will open a second front from Lebanon in the north. This time, Israeli intelligence is on high alert.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.